How's it going, everyone? So in today's video, we're going to be going over what I'm going to be using for the new and upcoming competition on hardwarebot.org. And this competition is the Hyperless Havoc. This competition starts in 6 days, 2 hours, and 55 minutes. So I'm going to prepare some things and show you what I'll be using for this competition. So part of this competition is basically any CPU that can fit in an LGA 1366 motherboard or any LGA 1366 CPU. That could be the i7-900s or the Xeons, so the X5500s and X5600 series. There's a whole lot of differences in the CPU, so I have a few of them. I'm going to be going over a bunch of them in this video on what I will be using and testing to make sure I can get the best performance for each of these benchmarks. Next, I'll be going through all the DDR3 RAM that I'll be going through and a few things that I'll be showing you that we need. So this competition here will only allow 4.5 gigahertz on the CPU and cache. So that is our max that we are allowed is 4.5 gigahertz on CPU core clock and cache frequency. For the actual RAM speed, it does not matter. We can do whatever we want. Best timings, fastest RAM frequency we can do to get the best score possible. So this competition is all about DDR3 overclocking on the LGA 1366 platform. So the first thing that we're going over on this is actually the motherboard. So here I have the ASUS Extreme motherboard. This is a P6 X58D-E motherboard. In my opinion, it is one of the best motherboards for LGA 1366. The ASUS Rampage is also very good for this as well, but this motherboard is a little bit cheaper and has the same parameters. It still has everything you want for overclocking, for extreme overclocking, basically. If I need it, I can do over 2 volts on multiple different rails for CPU and RAM. So if I wanted, I can just flip over a couple of these pins here and it'll allow me to go over 2 volts on the CPU and 2 volts on the RAM itself. So one thing I like about this motherboard here, as you can see, it does have 6 DIMMs available. I'll probably only be using 2 to 3 of the DIMMs on this board here. That's all I'll be using on this board. But this is a really good platform, really good motherboard for overclocking on, in my opinion. And the prices aren't half bad if you can find one of these motherboards. It's a very premium motherboard, especially for the time. The CPU that I have in it, as you can see, has already been lapped, flattened basically. This is not a perfectly lapped CPU, but it is very flat indeed. This is an X5650. It's a 6-core, 12-thread CPU, already ready and installed on this motherboard, and I'll be going over a few things. So CPUs again for this motherboard, and I do have a bunch of i7s as well that I'll be showing, and probably overclocking as well. I'm just gonna get everything prepped up. I'm gonna get all the CPUs cleaned up. So I'll be showing what I do just to clean up the LGA pads on them, clean them up real nice before I get to install on the actual motherboard for the testing. The CPU block. So I will be actually water cooling this motherboard. The CPU, I will be water cooling it with a custom water loop. I will be using Amazon's cheapest water block, actually. It works really good. I do have a live stream about that. If you'd like me to make a video about Amazon's cheapest water block, let me know in the comment section below and I'll definitely make one. I will be showing it while overclocking this here. I probably will make a couple videos while I'm doing the overclocking. And yeah, you let me know in the comment section below what you think of the Amazon's cheapest water block. I think it's pretty cool. So we'll go over a couple of the CPUs that I will be using. First off is the i7-920. So it's an LGA 1366 CPU. This is an LG, i7 920 LGA 1366. Part of one of Intel's greatest CPUs at the time. This is a really good CPU for the time and the platform. It's a 4-core, 8-thread, and it is 2.6 gigahertz. Next off, I'll be showing the i7 930. Doesn't show very well, but this is another 4-core, 8-thread LGA 1366 CPU, and this one is at 2.8 gigahertz. Next CPU I'll be going over is the X5570. So if you don't know, I do sell these CPUs. This CPU is very, very nice, and I do like this Xeon CPU. Again, this is a Xeon X5570 LGA 1366 platform, and it does 2.9 gigahertz. Another CPU. So I have multiple of these CPUs. Again, I do sell these CPUs here. I will be going over a bunch of these X5570s, and I'll be putting a lot of voltage into them. So I'll be taking probably 5 of the ones that I own out of the hundreds that I own, and I'll probably see what I can do. I won't care about the voltage in that. And I probably will lap these as well so I can get the best cooling possible. I don't technically need to delid these CPUs, because they are soldered. They are soldered TIM, so basically you don't have to worry about delidding and rethermal pasting or liquid metal these. They're a pain to delid. I've shown in the past how I delid them. I use a vise, just a certain way I use a vise, and it's very safe, very easy to do too. Basically like the Bowers little handheld vise basically that he made for them, except for I use a full-fledged metal vise basically. And the next CPU that I'll be using, where is it? Oh. The next CPU I'll be using is the X5667. This one's a lot harder to see. This one is a really good CPU in my opinion. It is a 4-core, 8-thread CPU. It is about 3.06 gigahertz on it, almost 3.1 gigahertz on it. It is a 4-core, 8-thread. Another Xeon CPU, basically LGA 1366. In my opinion, it's a really good CPU to overclock. If you put it down to 2 cores or even 1 core, you can put the ratio up on it, and I can get this CPU up past 5 gigahertz with no problem whatsoever, just on water, which is absolutely amazing in my opinion. For an old CPU like this, on water going past 5 gigahertz is absolutely amazing. So next off, I'll be showing, again, brought to you by my donators of the channel. Thank you very much for this. This is MX4 thermal compound. This is the thermal paste that I will be using for the competition. This is a 40-gram tube, and got it on Amazon. I can leave a link in the description below, show you that on Amazon. The prices for it, it's fairly good for a 40-gram tube. But yeah, this is it's a 45-gram tube. But yeah, this is a great thermal compound, good for negative 40 degrees Celsius all the way up to past 100 degrees Celsius. But no CPU should be seeing 100 degrees Celsius, basically, in my opinion. These CPUs will probably hit maybe 55 degrees Celsius max after I do the overclock on them. Just on water, again, just on a custom water loop with Amazon's cheapest water block. So CPU, motherboard, thermal compounds done. What we're going to need is RAM. Kits of RAM, DDR3 RAM, and single-sided, dual-sided, single rank, dual rank. I mean, every kind of RAM that I have. When I say I have a lot of DDR3 RAM, I mean, I can't even hold it all in one hand without dropping them. I have tons of DDR3 RAM that I have to go through for this competition, and not every RAM kit is the same. So we'll be going through a ton of RAM. And the one thing we are not allowed to use, and I'll show you here with one of these sticks, because I do believe 2 sticks that will not be allowed in the competition, is Epileta. Makes RAM ICs, and yeah, tons of Hynix. I mean, I got tons of Hynix. Tons of Nanya. Nanya makes okay RAM ICs. Some of them overclock very well, but you just need a lot of voltages basically for them. But I'm checking them, and I am seeing that I have a lot of Hynix. So we got Kingston. These Kingstons are allowed. More Hynix. More Hynix. More Hynix. Do I know I have them? There is an IC that is called Epileta that is not allowed in the competition. And for some reason, I can't find. These are my Samsungs. My Samsungs are all allowed. I'm not sure where my one kit is. Good thing I don't have it in the bunch that I actually grabbed. This is not all the RAM that I have for DDR3, but there is not allowed to be Epileta RAM ICs, so the chips that are actually on it and the manufacturer of the actual RAM chips will not be allowed, is Epileta. Every other kind of RAM IC will be allowed, and that's, SK Hynix, Samsung, Micron, whatever they make as well. You also got a PGX and all that. You got a ton of different kind of RAM sticks that have different kind of RAM ICs on them, or the actual RAM chips themselves. So these are Hynix. So all of these here will be allowed. Again, dual rank, single rank, it don't matter for this competition. Everything will be allowed. Overclock the best you can do, whatever you can do with the RAM. Again, the CPUs only allow 4.5 gigahertz, and the cache frequency, again, 4.5 gigahertz is only allowed. You cannot go past that. 4.05 megahertz is allowed, basically. So just over 4.5 gigahertz. And that does allow a little bit of a tolerance. And you got to watch it when you do your verifications that you're not passing 4505 megahertz, basically. If you're at 4506, it will not be allowed in the competition. It won't be verified for the competition. And again, this competition starts in 6 days. So we got the RAM, CPU, motherboard, and the actual thermal paste we will be using for this competition. Next off, we're going to need SSDs. So the SSDs that I'm going to be using for this competition is Kingston and Crucial. They're going to have either Windows 8, 7, or Windows Vista. I have to go through different Windows operating systems to see what works best for this competition for each benchmark, basically. In the past, I have used Windows 10 and a very stripped down Windows 10 version. It gives me a very good score, but for competitions, you're going to want every little bit of points that you can get for each benchmark. So you have to go through different kind of operating systems themselves. And since I am with one of the best overclocking teams there is on their Discord and all that as well, I get a little bit of a freebie, basically. They will point me in the right direction, as in I can get a fully stripped down version of Windows 7 or Windows Vista if I wanted, and it'll be fully ready for competition. All I gotta do is do a little download and start overclocking. So that's it. That's it for the little breakdown for this video on the upcoming competition. This is Hyperless Havoc. This is on hardwarebot.org. So again, if you're not a member or have done overclocking before, hardwarebot.org is where you want to go for making sure everything is validated and that you're actually doing everything correctly, basically. And there's people on there that will help you out on the forums. If you're just beginning in that too, I do have a Discord channel, and it's dedicated to PC hardware. For overclocking, again, everything from DDR2 all the way up to DDR5, every kind of CPU and GPU and motherboard, we do it all on the Discord channel. So if you're not a member of the Discord channel, definitely take a look at the Discord channel. If you're not a Patreon member, you should definitely check out my Patreon page. I also do have a donation as well for PayPal. So if you would like to help out this channel, anything helps, of course. Just click on that PayPal donate and donate to the channel. I am also a YouTube partner, so if you would like to join, I do have different ranks of joining for my YouTube. So if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and join and become a full-fledged member, that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, hopefully you can learn a few things from this channel. That's it for this video, though. Thank you all for watching. Again, thank you to all my viewers, subscribers, and donators. You guys are helping out this channel greatly. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and I thank you very much for it. That's it for this video, everyone. And as always, don't forget to get her done.